This photo that you'll see in the beginning of this video already recorded this night after one more day of torture without water and sleepy in abnormal way by all the infection and process of doping that these fuckers are still going on my bed are recent spots that I suppose were less visible, which means they have reinforced something there after all this infamy of 20 years concerning Matlas with international terrorism acts built by many, including the find of a body buried inside a wall in a house in Lapa, some not far away, one here or around. This is the quality of the Portuguese regime, the Nazism that reigns free in this transversal alliance of all these fuckers from the spectrum of Nazism organizations that call them politicians. Fuckers, you are murderers and thieves and torturers. Writing and published today, I did not even succeed, but yesterday or the affair yesterday when I returned, there was again the car of this Tumar whatever. That is caught by very strange facts. I'm on the point of writing about the other one from Volvo Smart and so on, and the connections that you have established at the moment that I have changed my company here, namely with these fucking neighbors of Socialist Party that still go on these shadows, as recently I gave the account. And this car was here again. And I suppose they are again. They have openings all in the small apartment above my room, as some days ago by this whatever chemical they have put inside your home, mixed apparently with the pee smell, which is not true. It was a method of these guys that gives me again pains, heavy pains on the outside part of the brain. These are torture and murder methods and reality to these guys, the criminal gangs that these fuckers have promoted all around the Europe in these last decades concerning the robber of a son that I do not know nothing about. Remember again, in summarized way, some key facts concerning this killing on France of 2,000 people in the summer. First of all, by the reasons of the presentation of all these complaints in 2013 trails to Korea and Luxembourg that's still without test, as who says this corruption is transnational high level in Europe, with participations of this fucker, Nazi murder, Cavaco Silva and others, and peoples that belongs to the courts as São Esteves in the parliament had at that point, without any answers here or other countries in Europe. Says all about the corruption that reigns and that you steal and kill shots to do these kind of crimes. I've also showed not far away recently that even salmon, fresh salmon, was again on the drops, ups down the drop. I was going to bed. I do this to the drop because I feel something, and there was fresh salmon. This is the Nazism reality under this non-exception state of this fucking Nazi war. But there's not so. Then I remember the facts, the criminal facts of the presentation, and with complaints present on Luxembourg that are not answered until now. And I remember the lectures on France and this killing that I'm speaking of 2,000 people. But there's another one on Spain, on Canarias, the volcanoes. Today has an earthquake on Venezuela, apparently, with some people killed from Madeira group. I suppose is the group of Montenegro, the actual Prime Minister Nazi, no? Canarias, as I gave the detailed account, there are signatures by vandalism qualified hack done on the toilets here at the time with values of magnetism and coins on the siphon of the toilet itself, and with a British boy in Canarias at that time that was operated in urgence by have put some humans or whatever on the mounts and stories like this, as always. No answers after all these years. What comes to my mind yesterday after speaking about this in summarized way was again, I suppose they will have a process indeed to make all these kind of disgraces. Gangsters, high level gangsters that have given apparently through the news is a maximum front price of the contribution from this fucking Nazi Cavaco Silva to Europe, where he appears with a shadow players I've shown on video with the actual hat-trick presidency as he was before prime minister also, sold by Brazilian advertising peoples here, with connections with Japan tsunami, and attempts to murder me. That is on the table and even on this document. This is a deter by the reasons of mirrors concerning criminal acts of medical Nazi ones of 30 from September last on my feed, namely, and this construction on COVID's paralyzed childs and pets as doctors and treatments of people. Your fucking outlaw irony reality goes until this way in this country. And you give a price apparently, and there's a shadow representation with a dossier, a green dossier, like what is the contribution for the stall of the concept of the green roads, the peage electronic. You never answer. This is a shadow, as I have explained and shown in image. Act by the Zemanel Seguro and Cavaco, which they all continues to share what they have stolen during all these decades. Directorious European Nazi of murders of youths, with also this line on COVID, alias of mirror perverted IDs of cash out deposits and so on here, as I give the count in this killing. I will show again because I have already made a photo of this and published. There's a mark, there's a triangle there. This is recent. There's another there. There are all these damage on this painting. This is the military bullet or Italy. I will show you again, fucking incumbent of hell. This has appeared as I gave the detailed account at my house just after in our country on this runs circle of metal that they start to put here by the Mary, I suppose, in some of trees, as they have done before by architect Ribeiro Teles when he makes the garden of remodulation of Gobekli, where there are lectures concerning the Printemps Arabe, as you call, and also concerning some tragedies in America, as I gave that account, fuckers. This is very clear. They have prepared this before in this mumbo jump that is going on this killing on the Caldas de Rio. And they have prepared before because they have put on scene even on the Caixas Altos outside, as I gave the count. This suggestion this came from a very whole line of a Turkey lady on the presidency with Cavaco time, and they were preparing this. And I suppose still goes on by what I see through on Venezuela today. In this tragedy, last time that I get out of home until today, 25/9 of uranium, to showing these tapes and whatever, and the stairs and the cranes and so on, and the school and the April burn or whatever, with these resonances concerning faculty of Coimbra and Nave. At the square of the entrance of the Rua do Costa, one of the heads of these criminal Nazis, there's a new painting house, just one floor in white. This is the house where they reflect the by a burn during the next night after the construction of Crevinho e Marcel, another head of the Nazis in Ukraine, trincheiras, as I call, by the media. I forget. Then we have an image where we see, as I gave again the count, I will give again the count, Marcel, as president still was, and Antonio Costa, as Prime Minister, sit on apparently a room like apparently installations of judiciary police or something in the kind, with the phones on their hand, the king, and they try to say, we are ready to deliver Crevin, the Mne, former, the Crevin Jr., was Minister of Foreign Affairs, deliver him to police. I have asked how many times this even my right? What is this? What you know? Why the reason that you pronounce a news in these terms concerning intervention that is also portrayed by Marcel Bilsos at that time goes to Ukraine and said, oh, we all know that Portugal is the frontier of Ukraine. And he was with the bag, like this bag that I have, other bags of documents, that is a very old line that comes from the fall of the Berlin Wall and Khrushchev and so on. Never answered, only crimes. I saw one photo today via SAP concerning Venezuela with a very strange structure. Seems mental or whatever. Pieces like a sailing, whatever, a mount sailing. I will show how I had some pieces of food here, if they still here. There. Kind like this, a little bit more round up, as I know and I say, concerning this uptick and the rains on the Southwest Asiatic and after here in Coimbra, they also have prepared a newer range of these pieces of food that I have on these two boxes, metallic ones, at the time as I've discovered. This is the pillars, the representation of the pillars of the Great Wave by the Orient Pond Bridge, also on the hair of this whatever candidate of shaders to make this trick and so on. And they have a process to do it if it's true, the photo that I have saw on SAP. They enter every day home and do what they want in total impunity. They have already changed one of the lamps, the bulbs, the color is white now, the other is not. I suppose I have already the four in yellow, or they have a mechanism to command change of colors. As always, present these crimes on colors and lamps, electricity, explosion, grills, destruction of heaters, cuisine, and so on. To conclude this, I'm doing this by the recent build online developments on news, apparently, or constructions of news concerning the tsunami of Japan. And there's either on this building some facts that connect some other aspects that are also present on Japan and other tragedies. This is not new what I will reduce to write. I have every time gave this account, because I have already detected this on the past, but it's present on these recent constructions online through YouTube segments on Orient, and this connects with the story of Japan tsunami 2011 also. Concerning this image that I have occurred now to show a semblance on the form, that I do not even understand what kind of structure can this be in Venezuela online on SAP this afternoon. To risk clear, which means for me, perhaps this is built to make this mirror and make the escape for the responsibles. Can be, I don't know. I just see this structure as what can this be when collapse stays like this?